It's time to take a deep breath. Big things have been happening in my world, in Illuvium's world, and everything in between. And I'm very excited to announce that myself, Jimborino, Wildfire, and our new sponsor Arcade will be hosting the first ever Illuvium PvP Tournament. What does this mean? This means you can win money for playing Illuvium, you can be involved in the first ever PvP tournament and have glory and fame for all time, and much, much more. I'm going to explain exactly how to register, what this means, how everything is going to work, some of the rules that we have decided on, how this will all work in the Wildfire Discord and everything, so that you can get acquainted with the systems, become familiar with them, register before the cutoff date, and take a share in one of the biggest prize pools that Illuvium has ever been a part of. Let's jump into it. The first thing I need to show you is this graphic right here, which explains everything very, very well. Firstly, $2,000 in prizes, and maybe more to come in the future. If there are any other sponsors out there that want to get a part of this and want to get involved, we're open to discussion. Firstly, it will be in the Wildfire Discord. There I have control and I can set up everything properly, as well as lots of different people willing to help organize and structure the tournament. And I don't think you can really ever have too many helpers. So if anyone else is interested, jump in the Wildfire Discord, tag myself, and we can have a talk about it. Next is the dates. So this is all the same date, just in different time zones. It will be for Australians, 6 a.m. on a Sunday. Apologies, guys. But should be really good for the Americans and the Europeans that are involved in Illuvium. Now, the duration says 4 to 6 hours. This heavily depends on the number of players. So, personally, I expect a 64-player tournament to be about 4 hours. 128 players is closer to 5 hours. And then with over 200 players, you're looking at 6 to 7 hours. So, keep that in mind. I will show you how many players are registered in just a moment. For registering, you just click on that link. I will post it on my Twitter multiple times every single day. So click on that link and that is how you register for the tournament. Very simple. I will show you that entire process in just a moment. Next, we have the prizes, $2,000 in USD. Half of this, or at least at $1,000 in total, will actually be paid out in X Arcade tokens. They have V2 of their system set up very, very soon, and you will actually be able to use X Arcade from day one as soon as you receive the prize money. So this will be usable on their platform. I will explain their platform in a separate video, so don't forget to subscribe down below if you don't want to miss out on one of the coolest opportunities in all of crypto and crypto gaming. Next, we have the hosts. Myself and Jimborino are the casters that are initially organized this tournament, and we have graciously accepted Ben to jump on board. We are really excited to have him talk about the game, explain the game, and shoutcast the game while it's happening. This is going to be really, really awesome. So for anyone that doesn't know, Ben is actually one of the game developers, or I think he might be the game developer that created the PvP arena. I don't know if you've ever seen a tournament before with the person who designed the entire thing or had a large part in the team in terms of designing the structure and rules of the game is going to actually be casting its first ever tournament. This might be a one-of-a-kind opportunity in Illuvium, and I hope you guys tune in to see what it's all about. It's going to be an awesome stream, likely taking place on my channel, but many other places as well. So subscribe to my channel, not miss out. Who will be crowned the first PvP champion? The next thing we should talk about is the prizes. So as we can see here, first prize will be taking around $1,000. Again, 50% is in X Arcade tokens. Second place, $400, and third place, $200, and fourth through to eighth will be $100. Now, what is the rule structure of the PvP tournament? It's actually going to be a double bracket elimination. I'm going to really briefly explain it for those of you that don't know, but basically, if you lose in the winner's bracket, you end up in the loser's bracket, but you can keep fighting your way through the loser's bracket and come back into the winner's bracket and win the entire tournament. To put it really simply, to lose out of this tournament, you have to lose 2 games. If you do not lose 2 games, that means you actually won the entire tournament. That's pretty much how simple it is. You either lose 2 games or you win the tournament. And so you can lose once and keep playing. And I think this is really great, especially for casual players, because getting knocked out round 1 sucks for anyone involved. The other structure thing that I should probably mention is the best ofs. Now, we are still ironing out the rules, but as it stands right now, you're going to have to use the same deck against any given opponent. However, they will be best of threes. So you will play your game. Maybe the match itself goes for 5 rounds and then you lose and your drone gets destroyed. You get to play twice more. Twice more if you win one, and once more if you lose the second one. Whoever wins 2 matches first wins that bracket placement and moves on to the next round. If it's your first time losing, you go into the loser's bracket and you play someone else. The final 2 games in the winner's bracket and the final 1 game in the loser's bracket will actually be best of 5 matches. So you will need to lose 3 times. During any of these best of rounds, you should be consistently using the same deck throughout them, but in different points throughout the tournament. For example, if I verse Jimborino and then I verse someone else, let's say 2 Haze, then I can use different decks when I'm playing. I can use 1 deck when playing Jimborino and 1 deck when playing 2 Haze. So you can switch up decks between different parts of the bracket. So how does one register? It's actually very simple. You go to this page, it will be in the pinned comment and in the link in the description down below. You go to this page, you hit register for free, and then all you need to do is fill out these 2 things. We are collecting emails. If you don't want us to use it, let us know. Send me a DM. I'll take you off the email list, or tag me in the Wildfire Discord. But we are collecting emails because it'll be good to be able to shoot out emails to future participants of future tournaments and organizing this thing as we go into this is hopefully going to be a weekly series. Well, that is the current plan anyways. The prize pool won't always be this big, but it will always be just as much fun. And maybe it'll be a little bit shorter. The rules will change up a little bit. Different sorts of players, invitationals, all the rest of it. This Illuvium Inferno is going to be one of the biggest things Illuvium has ever seen. Basically, you go into this, put in your Discord username. I'll register, but I will not be participating, obviously. I'll put in an email. This is my YouTube email, scorioxyoutube@gmail.com. Hit that in, registration complete, and now I can view the bracket. So the only other thing I should mention is this bracket is not final. Whoever you're paired up here is not going to be your opponent, or it might be, there's a low chance. But Jimborino will be handcrafting the brackets. If you want to be paired up with someone else, maybe that's possible. You can ask him in the Wildfire Discord. But these brackets are all going to be shifted so that the top seeded players aren't playing each other in round 1, and guilds are separated as well. We don't want everyone from Wildfire playing each other at the same time. We want them to meet up in the later stages if they manage to beat through everyone else. So it's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be custom seeding. Do not worry about these brackets for now. And that's all the rules. That's how to register. But the other thing I should probably mention is I've been building this. Now, it's very rudimentary so far, but this is called the Illuvium Global League. And I've got admins from pretty much every single guild now. I've got Phantom, Merit Circle, Polemos, Xborg. I've got admins from all of them inside this Illuvium Global League. And what's going to happen is when we go to league tournaments, as soon as the challenge bracket is completed for any tournament from any guild or whoever, I'm going to import the tournament bracket here, and the admins will be able to help me, and we'll be able to organize everything in here. That means that from tournament to tournament, everyone will see who they've played up against in the past 5 tournaments, and what their standing is across all the tournaments, how they usually do in the best ofs. Do they usually win 1 and lose 2, or whatever it might be? All those stats are going to be comprehensive and built into there, and it will help us organize future tournaments as well. So if you haven't made an account on there, you can go do so. You don't need to. We're going to import it either way, and you just won't have an account linked, which perfectly works fine, but just so that you know it's there. The last thing I want to talk about is how this is going to work in the Wildfire Discord. So the Wildfire Discord is here. Now, you cannot currently see that because I have not given tournament participants to anyone. Also, I should quickly mention the cutoff date for Illuvium Inferno is actually the 25th, or it might be the 26th. Let me double check. I don't want to get this wrong. The cutoff date is actually going to be, I thought I had it in this graphic, but I do not. I apologize. I can just fix this. There we go. The cutoff date will actually be the 27th of November on the Monday. So don't forget about that. So back to Wildfire. You cannot see this just yet, but you will be able to. Now, we haven't completely ironed out the rules, and everything will be notified completely in advance. But basically, we're thinking each round, we will have a separate thread so that everyone can keep up quite easily. And then the organizers of the tournament will be tagging everyone in the threads. They'll be saying, okay, this match is complete. You two, you're up next for your next match. Tag you both. And from that point, you will have 5 minutes to enter the game and start. And if one of you doesn't, it will be a disqualification and you will be eliminated from that round of the tournament. Now, obviously, we'll consider things will be lenient. The game might have some slight disconnection issues. We will sort all that in advance. But the next thing is screenshots. So we would also be doing things like once you complete each round of your best of, you will post a screenshot on in here so we have a record of everything and we can track back to see who won what and things like that and sort out any disputes. But here is my favorite part of the Wildfire Discord here, is I've created this special voice channel. You will only be able to see this once you have the role. It's there, you just can't see it yet. PvP join to create. You will just click that. Wait, let me just zoom in there. PvP join to create, and there's ILV Inferno. Okay, so once you click this, it will actually create a special PvP room for yourself. You can then, anyone can join this, but you can limit it to 2 people and you can actually lock it and then invite special people. I will have instructions for all of that in advance. But basically, you can create this special room and then participants, your opponent can join into that room and then you can either chat in person, you can stream your game if you want to, but you might give your opponent an advantage, so probably don't do that. Whoops, wrong one. You can open this chat here for the little room and you can shoot a message like, here is my code for you to join my match. And then you guys can organize the match really seamlessly, really easily without getting in everyone else's way. So it will be really easy to participate in this tournament and there will be lots of people to help you out if you ever get stuck. So I hope you guys are excited for this tournament. I know I am. I'm excited to be casting it with Ben and Jimbo. This is going to be an amazing time for not only myself, Jimbo, Ben, and all the participants of the tournament, but Illuvium as a whole. I hope you go and register. We don't have a cap yet, but we might have a player cap if we start to get concerned with the amount of players joining. We can't wait to see you there, and we can't wait to see who will be crowned the champion of the first ever PvP tournament.